How you doing, folks? Welcome back to the Stingy Trigger Tabletop. This is Trigger here to do a review of a variety of accessories that'll work with the Lee Enfield Ishapore 308. You see a variety of them as well as the rifle here to demo them real quick. And I'm just going to run through them, give you a brief idea of about what this stuff is going to run you and where you can find it. For starters, we've got a sling here in the right hand side. This is a 1907 pattern reproduction sling from a reenactor supply. I bought this on eBay. It's a standard 3-run sling that'll run back and forth 3 times. And it's got some pretty nice brass hardware for fixing it. I simply haven't put it on the actual rifle yet. I haven't had a need to carry it around outside of its case. You also see some magazines, aftermarket, that are actually pretty nice. They come in 10-round variety as well as the original 12-round military variety when you can find them. Those guys are going to run you on the ballpark of about $20 to $25 a piece. And the sling will cost you about $20 as well. You see here a scope mount. This is a slide-on scope mount. It only goes on one way. And it replaces the rear sight mount of your rifle. With a small amount of gunsmithing, you remove the upper, you remove the rear sight mount, you take out your barrel, you drift out a pin, heat this up, slide it down over the barrel, drift the pin back in, and you've got a standard Weaver rail scope mount. Now, as you'll see, it's not a ton of rail space. Even if you put an extension on it and you had a nice extended scope, you'd still only get to within a decent distance, but not where you're going to want to be at the back of the rifle for actually shooting off a scope. So for shooting on this particular rifle with the scope, you're definitely going to want to get a long eye relief scope. Again, this was purchased on eBay. This is all milled aluminum, pretty high quality piece. And I'm going to break this out into its own separate review and installation video. You also see we've got some dummy rounds here. These are 308s. There's a separate review about those kicking around on our channel. Go check that out. But I did want to show you these because they're currently strippered up on the 308 caliber stripper clips. I have both 5 and 10 round varieties of those. And it's important to note that because this is using 308, the newer rimless style of ammunition, as opposed to the 303 British caliber ammunition of the original Lee Enfield rifles. Those Lee Enfield rifle stripper clips that you see, you know, 5, 10 for $1 at your local gun show are not going to work with this ammunition. It's simply the wrong make, the wrong size. It won't hold it. And just as importantly, on the top of the rifle, the actual port where your stripper clip goes into is not going to fit without having the right type of stripper for the right type of ammunition. Fortunately, your standard M14 stripper clips work just fine in this rifle, and you can get them for about 20 to 50 cents a piece, depending upon what kind of deal of the day you happen to find. As long as we're talking about ammunition, we've also got a couple of ammo pouch options. This here is actually an Sks Ammunition Pouch that I purchased. Got this off of eBay. It's about $5 with shipping. And it fits these 10-round stripper clips, because the Sks also can load off of strippers, quite nicely. Now, in the Sks world, you're shooting the shorter 7.62x39. These are 7.62x51. So you're not going to be able to get the full 3 stripper clips in here if you actually want it to load. You will, however, be able to get 2. You'll be able to seat them at an angle, and you'll be able to close them up nicely with the leather thong. There's a couple of belt loops on the back so you can haul it around with you if you're hiking or hunting, or heck, just doing a run and gun course. But regardless, it's a very cheap pouch option for holding 20 rounds of ammunition, especially when you're on the go. Also, we have these guys. These are Mosin Nagant ammunition pouches. These are made to fit the 7.62x54, so they'll fit our 7.62x51 just fine. And as you can see, again, you can load a total of 3 stripper clips into a single pouch. There's 2, and there's definitely room in there for 1 more. So you can get 15 rounds per pouch, 2 pouches together, so you'll be able to get 30 rounds in a single enclosure. And again, There are some belt loops for carrying it around, whether you're securing this to some old style webbing, to a backpack, or heck, just on your belt while you're out hunting. Also, you see here, this is a Chinese-made ammunition bandolier. Again, this is for the 7.62 by 39 round. However, the 308 rounds do actually fit rather nicely in here. You can get a total of 2 stripper clips of 5 rounds each per pocket, so 10 rounds per pocket, 5 pockets per bandolier, and it's going to close up nice and tight, keeping your ammunition dry and dirt free. And you can get 50 rounds in a single bandolier. Again, these guys were bought on eBay. They're about $8 a piece for these bandoliers, military surplus. And for that matter, these guys, the Mosin Nagant pouches, you can get for about $4 a piece. I purchased a bulk lot of these, $4 a piece. I got a total of 8 of them, and they turned out to be from a local guy here in my city, so I didn't even have to pay shipping. This is a great way to store small amounts of ammunition, especially if you're on the go. And with the leather thong system, although I don't know if you'd really want to rely on it for a lot of heavy-duty wear, you could theoretically weave this through a couple of pieces of molly webbing on a vest, as silly as it may look to have these guys on the front. We've also got an action cover here. This guy goes over the rifle. Now, originally, this is for the 303 British version. The magazine on the 303 British was slightly shorter and more in line. As you know, with the removable magazine, it's a little bit longer. It holds 2 extra rounds compared to the British rifle. But that also makes it so the action cover needs to go on with the magazine off. You'll see this small loop here down in front. That's for the leather thong to run through. When you put your action cover on, you simply tie the thong in place, tie it off on the inside, snap closed your canvas action cover, and it'll keep dirt and dust and all kinds of other junk from kicking around inside of your rifle. Along with the action cover, they also made muzzle covers, which slide right down over the top of the muzzle of your rifle and again snap into place. They stay on pretty well, and overall will keep dirt and dust and at least a good bit of water out of your rifle while you're hiking around or traveling. And it's a great little accessory that you can again get for pretty cheap. I believe the muzzle cover was about $6 and this guy back here was about $12, again from Reenactor Supplies on eBay. These two, however, are vintage. These are Korean War made. And as you can no doubt guess, with the Lee Enfield being available from a variety of countries all over the globe, you can find these in all sorts of colors, manufacturers, with all kinds of different sorts of accessories. And because this is a bolt-action rifle that uses a full-size round, even things that aren't necessarily made for this rifle or for this round, that are for older style guns, be it the Sks, the Mosin Nagant, or heck, even the AK-47, will work just fine with your Ishapur 308. Furthermore, there's a ton of accessories that are out there that I haven't even touched on. You could use pouches and webbing from 8mm Mauser rifles from World War II patterns. You could use the actual British-made ammunition pouches. You could use 30-06 5-round stripper clip ammunition belts that were made available to the U.S. troops for a time, especially during the era of the Garand. You can very easily get 2 5-round stripper clips on a Springfield or a Garand pouch in a ammo belt or in webbing or in any variety of configurations that are out there. So I highly encourage you to search around, look through the reenactors' websites, dig through eBay. You'll find all sorts of accessories that can work with your Lee Enfield Ishapur 308, or for that matter, your regular Lee Enfield chambered in the British 303. As always, thanks for watching, and remember, we're just a couple of city slickers working this out as we go along. Thanks again.